So viewers, a ceasefire understanding is in place, but Bharat remains vigilant. Behind the scenes, India has been quick to thwart Pakistan's attempts to destabilize the border. With a new age defense arsenal and cutting edge technology, India stands ready to respond. From the front lines to your screens, this is the Times Now Border Dispatch, bringing you the latest on India's security and strategy.
So what you're seeing on your screen right now is artillery guns of Indian Army opening their barrels on the enemy. Remember, during Operation Sindhoor, while the short arm, small arm firing, the ceasefire violations begin just after Pahalgam attack, and when after the CCS on 23rd of April, India took punitive action against Pakistan, including putting the Indus Water Treaty into abeyance. The small arm firing began from 23rd of April itself. After the 7th of May, when India knocked down about 9 terror bases, terror launch pads in POK as well as Pakistan, including the Lashkar headquarters in Muridke and Jaish headquarters in Bahawalpur, these small arms firing converted into further escalation, and that's when the artillery firing started happening from the Pakistani side. These guns, I'll ask my camera person Himanshu to show you. These guns were the guns that were the first to fire and showcase that what India was prepared for. The RT guns opened on 7th morning, and since then it kept on firing till understanding was approached by India and Pakistan on 10th of May. On 10th of May as well, there were RT firings. By 12th, it was finally decided between the two countries that the hostilities on the border, LOC and IB, will be seized. Here in Jammu and Kashmir, with camera person Himanshu Verma, Rishabh Marvin Pratap for Times Now. We are right now at a forward base of Indian artillery, Indian Army artillery. On your screens, you can see how these guns are fired. These are the guns that were used during Operation Sindhoor to ensure that the fire coming in from Pakistan is well responded to. There are about 6 guns here, you can see on your screens right now, that will be firing, but they have been the part of Sindhoor. Here in Jammu and Kashmir, remember, from the time Pahalgam happened, India took diplomatic punitive action. Pakistan started ceasefire violation. After 7th of May, the small arms firing turned into artillery, and the ceasefire violations were escalated. And here, these are a few of those locations from where we saw the artillery firing being responded in the most appropriate way from India. You can see Indian Army Jawans right now on your screen who are undergoing the process of firing artillery in response to the fire that came in from beyond the line of control from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This is 15 Corps of Indian Army, the Chinar Corps of Indian Army. Here in Jammu and Kashmir, this is Rishabh Marvin Pratap with camera person Himanshu Verma for Times Now. Akash, the invincible air defense system of Indian Army. This is where we are reporting from, a forward area post of Army Air Defense in Tangdhar area along the line of control, where multiple thousands of drones and rockets came in from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir from 7th of May till the 10th of May, when the hostilities along the line of control and international border subsided after DGMO level talks. This very post where we are reporting from was the key feature from where the Operation Sindhoor moved from a surprise to success. If we talk about what did this place do, about 1,000 of drones came in from the other side, from Pakistan. Each of them shot down by our Akash system, the radar, the gun, and the integrated control and command center. The way these systems, the integrated system worked, has sent a loud and clear message that India's Akash Tir, its own Iron Dome, is invincible. Hardly any drone or rocket could land their target inside Indian territory. All of them were shot down. This is the capability of India's air defense, Indian Army's air defense. The radar ensured that they map each and every flying object incoming from Pakistan. The guns ensured that each of them are shot down. Akash Tir system ensured that they relay the information in the nick of time to ensure that no damage happens to Indian infrastructure, to Indian civilian areas, and to India's military establishment. From a forward post in Tangha district in Jammu and Kashmir with camera person Himanshu Verma, Risham Marvin Pratap for Times Now. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is artillery guns of Indian Army opening their barrels on the enemy. Remember, during Operation Sindhoor, while the short arm, small arm firing, the ceasefire violations begin just after Pahalgam attack, and when after the CCS on 23rd of April, India took punitive action against Pakistan, including putting the Indus Water Treaty into abeyance. The small arm firing began from 23rd of April itself. After the 7th of May, when India knocked down about 9 terror bases, terror launch pads in POK as well as Pakistan, including the Lashkar headquarters in Muridke and Jaish headquarters in Bahawalpur, these small arms firing converted into further escalation, and that's when the artillery firing started happening from the Pakistani side. These guns, I'll ask my camera person Himanshu to show you, these guns were the guns that were the first to fire and showcase that what India was prepared for. The RT guns opened on 7th morning, and since then it kept on firing till understanding was approached by India and Pakistan on 10th of May. On 10th of May as well, there were RT firings. By 12th, it was finally decided between the two countries that the hostilities on the border, LOC and IB, will be ceased. The understanding right now, what you're seeing on your screens, are the forward RT bases of Indian Army in Chinar Corps, the 15th Corps in the north of Jammu and Kashmir. Where we are right now is one such forward base from where the RTs were fired. Remember, these RTs were fired not only till the LOC, but these RTs did inflict damage at the brigade headquarters in Pakistan as well. In POK, from here on, about 50 to 100 kilometers of locations of military establishment of Pakistani army were targeted in response to unprovoked ceasefire violation that began just after Pahalgam attack on 22nd of April, the moment India's CCS, the Cabinet Committee on Security, decided that there will be punitive action against Pakistan. Diplomatically, the small arms firing began. On 7th, when India targeted 9 bases of the terror launch pads and terror headquarters, including the Muridke of Lashkar-e-Toiba and Bahawalpur headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, the two most dreaded terror organizations that operate from Pakistan. These small arm firings converted into RT shelling from the line of control on the other side, and that's when the Indian Army swung into action, well prepared to ensure that they respond, and they respond in the most appropriate way. And this is what the response was. From here on, about 50 to 100 kilometers were targeted. Pakistan Army's brigade headquarters were targeted as well. The response was such, the RT response was such that an intercept talked about a commander on the other side telling his troops that pehle jaan bachao, daftar baad mein kholenge. There were intercepts as well, which talked about how he left the brigade headquarters, went back deep into Pakistan, and was in a mosque praying for his life. That's Indian Army for you all. Here in Jammu and Kashmir, with camera person Himanshu Verma, Risham Marvin Pratap for Times Now. I'm being joined in by a brigadier rank officer of Indian Army. Will not take his name for the identity, but he heads the gun area in forward area. Sir, 6 guns under your watch opened fire, hit as deep as 50-55 kilometers, including a brigade headquarter as well. The intercept says, the brigade commander saying, "Jaan bachate hain, daftar baad mein kholenge." What was it like?
On the night of 7th of May, when the Operation Sindhoor started, all the troops were in high josh. The morale was very high. We knew that we were doing the task which the nation had demanded us to do. When the enemy started engaging our gun position, which he was very not effective and he was inaccurate, he wanted to engage our civilian areas. That is the time when we took on his military establishment, his gun areas, and we destroyed them.
Operation Sindhoor has been paused. How prepared is Indian Army to respond to any further challenges?
See, Operation Sindhoor is just on a pause. It is not over. So we are 24/7 prepared for any kind of challenge which comes up, any kind of misadventure which the enemy does. We are prepared for it and we are ready to fire at all times.
So let's now talk about India thwarting Pakistan's offensive and the infantry combat vehicles, the BMP and the CMT that were used during Operation Sindhoor to destroy enemy infrastructure. Take a look at this ground report.
India has given a befitting reply to Pakistan and punished it 360 degrees, and still it has not learned a lesson. On my left and right, you can see the infantry combat vehicles, CMT and BMP. These all were actually used during the Operation Sindhoor to target the enemy and bring down the enemy infrastructure near the forward post along the LOC and the international border as well. We have the official of Indian Army to brief us about the CMT and the BMP, the infantry combat vehicles, sir, how they were used and what was their importance during Operation Sindhoor.
See, the importance of these platform is that they can target precisely and they can hit at a very longer range with respect to the ground infantry which is there. If you see the armament which is this BMP is having, it can fire from, if I may start from 75 meters till 4,000 meters. It can fire precisely and it can hit if I may say, very hard and brutally.
We have seen that several posts, the bunkers that were also decimated, the Pakistani post along the LOC and the IB as well. So, sir, how important they were to bring down the enemy infrastructure?
See, when the targets were finalized, what all targets have to be brought down, because they were facilitating infiltration also. So that was already homed down. The amount of ammunition and the type of ammunition was also thought of. So therefore, there are 2 ammunition which are just shown in front of you. The one was required for the initial crust breaking, and once the crust breaking of that particular infrastructure was done, thereafter the high explosive, you need to see it to believe it, what mayhem it created in the enemy bunkers.
And you have taught them a lesson.
Yes.
All right, so the officer rightly said that it created a mayhem at the enemy post, and that's what we have been seeing in the several visuals as well. So this was a ground report highlighting the facts and how the how India gave a befitting reply using these infantry combat vehicles to the enemy.
And one equipment that helped protect the country was the Made in India air defense system Akash, one that is designed for modern threats. It can track and then give a command to the weapons to target drones, aircraft and even some missiles. Take a look at this report.
Whatever flies can be seen, and whatever is seen cannot escape. The reason? Because we have Akash, the strong and the most effective air defense system of India that was the backbone during Operation Sindhoor. The name Akash, well, itself suggests that how accurate it could be to bring down the enemy's drones, missiles and the aircraft as well. It works in a great collaboration manner, not just detecting the drones, detecting the missiles, detecting the aircrafts, but also helps them to bring it down. We'll show you the pictures, that how and what is Akash that is in fact very much helpful to carry out a precise attack on the enemy, not just in the daytime but also in the night time as well. And we have seen in fact that how during Operation Sindhoor the air defense system of India in fact brought down all the attempt of the attacks that were made from the side of Pakistan, say it be on the army camps or in the civilian areas as well. But how in fact it was used in Operation Sindhoor, we'll speak to the Major of Indian Army who will be briefing us. So thank you for speaking with Times Network. First of all, please tell us that how this Akash Tir helped during Operation Sindhoor.
Okay. First of all, I would like to mention that this Akash Tir system has played a pivotal role while the Operation Sindhoor was in progress. We have successfully tracked and hunted down all the enemy drones that have crossed the LC and entered into our area. So we have successfully destroyed them before they could do any damage to our troops oblique our critical assets. Akash Tir system itself is an automatic command and control system which is integrated with all the Air Force radars and Army radars. Now the feed from these radars comes to this system. Now this system identifies the tracks, it designates the tracks that which are the hostile tracks directly to the weapon system oblique the gun system. It is sent to these locations. Further, the soldiers present at the weapon end, now they will also track the same hostile target which has been designated to them in the same direction, and once it is tracked by the gun, they destroy that and shot it down at the same location.
So that's the platform of collaboration all in one, we can say.
Yeah, it is actually collaboration of the radars, the weapon system and the fire control radars that are there present at the weapon site.
So that was a brief about Akash Tir, that how Akash Tir played a very, very important role during Operation Sindhoor to first detect the drones or the air weapons that are on the radar system, then give a signal and then in fact collaborate with the weapon system, and then weapon system will get activated to bring these air weapons of the enemy down on the earth and then teach a lesson to Pakistan. And already India has taught a lesson and given him a punishment. So this particular Akash Tir definitely acts as a nerve system for air defense system of India. With video journalist Amit, this is Tejri for Times Now.